Drones. Today we're going to be talking about the Korg PolySix. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, aka James Drone. This is my channel where I vlog about synthesizers. Hit the subscribe button, tap the bell, keep up with all my synth adventures. The Korg PolySix is something that I have been wanting for a long time. And I attempted to purchase one of these several times over the years and actually got them into my studio only to find out that there were problems with them. A lot of times with these older machines, you will find that they haven't been properly cared for or serviced. And that was the case about 3 different times with the Korg PolySix that I had purchased in the past. This time I was able to obtain one that was serviced by Switched on Austin. And opening the case up and looking inside, I can tell you that it is in great shape. At least it looks like it is. I had to open it up because I had to install, I didn't have to, but I chose to install the MIDI kit. And I also chose not to install it into the case itself. Don't know if you can see this or not. I wanted the option to be able to restore it back to its original state if that's what I so desired. And I really didn't want to drill anything inside of this. I figured this thing's been around for close to 40 years. Why should I bang it up now and drill holes in it? There was no need for it. I don't mind that the wires are hanging out. That stuff doesn't bother me like it might some other people. Drilling holes inside of vintage synthesizers and changing their look from the original, that does kind of bother me if it's a permanent thing that's going to happen. And this is in pretty good shape here, this synthesizer, as far as the physical aspect of it is. But a lot of people would say, well, you know, Drone, you can get this in software form. Software definitely has its place in my music and in the world, but I don't think that software captures the essence, the character, the soul of this keyboard. The software, for one thing, and there is a software that I'm referring to, it's the Korg PolySix. I think it comes in the Korg Collection 2 bundle, and my experience with that is it's a little bit too bright, and it's a little bit too clean, and it's a little bit too perfect. And with analog gear, in particular, this Korg PolySix, you get a lot of nuances, you get a lot of quirkiness, you get a lot of unexpected noise. Even the hiss adds to its character. I don't think that that's something that you can completely replicate in a software package, or if you can, I don't think it's been done yet. But of course, you know, people would say, well, you can't tell the difference in the mix. There's another aspect. There's just something about owning something this old and experiencing it with a physicality of being able to touch it, your hands are on it. It's the whole interaction. It's the exploration of all of the knobs on top here. It's just a wonderful thing to experience, and I just love the crazy, quirky sound of the PolySix. And here's the thing. I have a lot of synthesizers, as you guys know. And, you know, if I was to compare this to any other synth that I own, I just can't do it. Can other synthesizers come close or emulate the sound of a PolySix? Absolutely. Why couldn't they? But when it comes to the character of a PolySix, I'm talking about its soul, its essence that comes out in a track. There's just something very special about a PolySix that I feel. And it could all be imaginary. I mean, a lot of analog gear, or any kind of gear, I should say, is mostly up to the taste of the user, right? So what works for me may not work for some of you out there. But with that being said, I wanted to get this Korg PolySix now because of 2 main reasons. Number one, they're only getting older, and so getting a good one is going to be a lot harder down the road, and they are going up in price. And yes, there may be a clone of these, but the initial release from the Behringer Mono Poly, the sound demo that I heard from that did not impress me as a former owner of a Mono Poly. And I love the monopoly. And I think the only reason why I ever got rid of that is because I'm not really a no preset kind of guy. I like to have presets on my synthesizers, and there wasn't as much poly on it as there is this. So there was, and I thought it was too expensive. My goodness, I think they're going for about $2,000 for a monopoly now, and you can actually get a Korg PolySix cheaper on the market right now than you can a monopoly in some situations. And I just felt that the PolySix had more for me to offer to me than the monopoly did. So anyway, those are pretty much my reasons for getting this synthesizer. And man, I really like the old stuff when it works. And that's the problem. If you're thinking about buying something old, do your research. Kind of look around on the net and try to find what is commonly going wrong with these units. For instance, this has a battery issue, not this particular unit in itself, but the Korg PolySix has battery issues that they're known for. And the old batteries, if left inside, can leak and damage the board. And so this has all been restored. So somebody had taken the old board out and also the old battery compartment and put in a modern day battery compartment and changed all of that out. And so all of that is contained on the inside. So there's nothing visual that has been changed to the synthesizer, but only the inside of it. And so those are some of the things you need to look for when you buy a vintage synthesizer is what are the common known issues to go wrong in these synthesizers. So, but anyways, I wanted to share that with you here today. And until next time, I am Pure Ambient Drone, aka James Drone. Hit that subscribe button, tap that bell, and keep calm and synth on.